audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you, Baba. So we are reading this Avyakt Murli titled "The Power of Churning and the Stage of Being Absorbed in Love." Manan Shakti or Magan Avastha. So this is dated 23rd December 1987. This today we are reading the day 2, the second part of the this Murli. Let me just share before we begin. Is I hope the Murli is visible on the screen. Vijit bhai.
Yes, it is,
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.
Ji. Om Shanti. So we had seen how Baba brought out the power of churning and the stage of being absorbed in love, and he described three types of stages of children, Brahmin children, the how he related to the our the how the Christmas celebration or any festival which is being celebrated in the confluence age and also during the 63 births is actually the memorial of our stage right now in this confluence age, that every day every moment of our confluence age is a celebration. We eat, sing, play music and dance, and they are all spiritual in the spiritual sense that we dance the dance of knowledge, you know and then we eat the spiritual nourishment, the knowledge points, and then we digest them, and then we get the power, we sing, and we also dance. So this is how we are actually living, and how the Christmas is makes us, Christmas is a memorial that we Father makes us sweet as raisins. He gives us the diamond gift, and he decorates us, and so how the Christmas tree is a perfect memorial of our stage right now. So we'll take it further now. And of course, the three stages which Baba described, that one is one say first stage, that preliminary first stage, the basic stage is speaking, and the second stage after that is churning, and the third after churning, the power comes, and then this power enables soul to get absorbed in experience of the unlimited love which Father has for the children. So then we just go to that. Then Baba described in detail about each of these stages. The topmost stage is to be remain absorbed in God's love, Magan Avastha. Okay, I think we start from here today. So let's all be seated in the top stage, Magan, absorbed in the unconditional, unlimited, selfless love of the Supreme towards we children. Come what may, He's always there for us. We have His company, we can experience Him, His blessings, His love, His powers, virtues. He's an unlimited powerhouse, unlimited source of power. So, Bab Dada is speaking to a group of brothers and sisters from abroad. While living abroad, are you those who always stay in the awareness of your original land and your original form. Original land and original form. Underline. Just as the Father comes into this old foreign land from the supreme abode, Paramdham, or the incorporeal world, in the same way, do you experience that all of you are also elevated and easy yogi souls who reside in the supreme abode? That you are also the souls who are residents of the supreme abode, who have entered these corporeal bodies in this corporeal world and as are instruments for the task of the world. Very interesting. They just describe that. Do you consider like this? Do you always stay in this awareness that you are a resident of the supreme abode and you are in foreign land here? You have entered this corporeal body and you are an instrument for the tasks of the world. Point to churn. You too are Brahmin souls who have incarnated here. So I am an incarnation. I am a Brahmin soul who has incarnated in this corporeal world. I am by nature incorporeal. So the Shudra life has ended, and you are now pure Brahmin souls. The new birth, it's an incarnation. So, incarnation into the Brahmin clan. So, the Shudra life has ended, and you are now pure Brahmin soul. Brahmins never become impure. That's the quality of Brahmins. Brahmins means pure. So, are you Brahmins, hmm, or mixed? You are not those who put your feet in both boats. The two boats. One is of Shudra, one is of Brahmin. So you are not those who put your feet means intellect, feet in both boats. You are those who put both feet in one boat. So, so the mind and the intellect both are in one boat. That is pure Brahmin soul. So Brahmin souls are souls who have incarnated. That's something to be underlined and treasured deeply in the intellect that I am a Brahmin soul who has incarnated. In any case, what do souls who come as incarnations, who are well known as incarnations, come here for? We all have heard in the scriptures the various incarnations, avatars of the they've described God's incarnations. They come to bring about elevated transformation. So, what is the duty of you incarnations? To transform the world, to change night into day, to change hell into heaven. So, what's the purpose or what's the duty of either incarnation? That needs to be very clear in the intellect that I am here, I'm an incarnated soul, Brahmin soul. I'm here to transform. I'm here for a elevated purpose to transform the world, to change night of ignorance, night of old belief systems, old customs and traditions into the truth, the knowledge, and to change hell into heaven. Hell where sorrow is there, and heaven where always joy, peace, happiness is there. You have incarnated to carry out such a big task. That is, you have become Brahmins for this, not for any other reason. You become Brahmins for this great elevated task, great elevated duty. So you remember this work or the duty, do you not? Why do you do your Lokik job, the profession, worldly profession? You use your income for what purpose? So we all do our Lokik or the worldly profession for earning an income. So Bab Dada is asking, you use your income for what purpose? So how do we spend that income? Do you earn it to open a center or for your Lokik family? If you have the aim of earning an income to use for the godly task while doing your Lokik job, you would only remember service, would you not? If you have the aim of earning an income to use for the godly task while doing your Lokik job, you would only remember service, would you not? On whose direction are you doing that? Since you are doing it according to the Father's Srimad, you would then remember the one who has given you that Srimad, would you not? This is why Baba says, while doing your Lokik jobs, always consider yourself to be trustees. Underline this word, trustee. While doing our Lokik jobs, always consider yourself to be trustees. You are trustees and also here's, Varis, trustee भी हैं और वारिस भी है, वारिस quality, the inheritor. No matter where you may be living, if you are surrendered in your mind, you are heirs. Heirs don't mean does not mean that you come and stay in Madhuban. If you don't have the consciousness of mind in your mind, this is very important, subtle aspect of being a trustee or a here Bab Dada is describing. All listen carefully. If you don't have the consciousness of mind in your mind, see both are similar accent, mind and mind. So if you don't have the consciousness of mind in your mind, while on the field of service, that is, if you are surrendered, then you are, yes. So, are you surrendered or are you even now under some kind of karmic bondage? When you have surrendered with your mind, that is, there is no mind in the mind, then a surrendered soul would not find anything to be a bondage, because to be surrendered means you have also surrendered your all types of bondages. If any bondage pulls your mind, you must understand that there are still bondages. So when we surrender, surrender means removing the mind from the mind, then all types of bondages also get surrendered. So Dada says a checking point that if any bondage pulls your mind, you must understand that there are still bondages. However, if they come and then go away, then that is not the bondage. So always have the awareness that you are an incarnated soul who has come from up above, up above. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above, the world so high, shining like a diamond in the sky. This is an incarnation come from up above the sky. Souls who are incarnations, souls who are incarnations would never enter into any bondage of karmic accounts of the body. How do we know that we are living in this awareness of being an incarnation? That's what Bhabdada described, that souls who are into this awareness of being incarnations would never enter into any bondage of karmic accounts of the body. They will perform all tasks while being bodiless. This is another attribute, another aspect, the the checking point that that the all tasks will be performed by such souls who are incarnations while being bodiless. So that's the bodiless stage, that I, the soul, am different from the body. I am bodiless by nature. I am incorporeal by nature. And then they will incarnate, they will use the body to perform all the tasks, but they will, in subtle manner, remain detached from the body, hmm, you know, through the intellect, divine intellect. They take the support of bodies but are not bound by the bondage of bodies. To be noted with deep attention that the incarnations, Brahmin souls, they take the support of bodies but are not bound by the bondage of bodies. That's very important. They take the support of the bodies but are not limited or bound by the bondage of bodies. So they use the eyes, they use the ears, they use the mouth, they use their mind, use their mind, intellect, use their sanskars, anadi or adi, eternal or original, but they're not bound by either of them. So they are the self sovereign souls. The king is not bound by his subjects or his ministers. Final say is of always of the king. So have you become like that? Now Bab is asking a question. Have you become like that? So this is a checking internally. These questions we need to ask ourselves. Have we become like that? Have I become like that? So, in order to always keep yourself free from any bondage of your body, consider yourself to be an incarnation. So when this awareness soul is having that I am an incarnation, then automatically the old bodies, old belief systems, old kind of thought patterns, overthinking, or kind of a stress, or all these old bondages of karmic accounts of the body, they vanish because the soul is a resident of the supreme abode, the highest energy zone, not of the level of the body, the five elements where the energy is low or ordinary. So, this awareness itself elevates the soul to the very high stage. That is what Baba says, absorbed in the love of the Supreme. Continue to move along in this way, and you will be constantly free from bondage and loved by the Father. So, Father loves the souls who are equal to Him or who are at the same energy, same frequency as Him. When will that energy come? When will that zone will achieve? When we continue to move along in the awareness of being an incarnation, this awareness, then the soul will be naturally, constantly free from bondages, various types of bondage of the body, of the bondage of the karmic accounts of the body. Cha, Om Shanti. So we'll take a break here for churning session. We can share our respective takeaways or any point that you want to share with respect to this today's Murli, or it may be also yesterday's part of the Murli. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Coming back to the churning session or the sharing session, let's bring out. You may share any point you should like to share from today's or yesterday's Murli. Meanwhile, I'll just read out the chat box where Girja's sister has shared a few points. Uh, First one is I am a resident of the supreme abode and its instrument for worldly tasks. Yeah, that's one awareness which we can practice. I am a resident of the supreme abode and I am an instrument for worldly tasks. Yeah, I am an instrument for world service. Yeah, I am a Brahmin soul incarnated in this world. Avatars, and there can be various avatars. I am Vishnu, for example. She has said. Next is I am a surrendered soul, surrendered everything, including mind, to God, and so I have no bondage of the karmic accounts which I have gathered during the 63 births. Next is I am a trustee in this Lokik life too. Yeah, I am a trustee. So I am easy, I am easy, I am easy. Sure. Anyone like to share? May kindly share.
Om Shanti. Um,
Om Shanti Vijit Bhai.
yeah, so I was, checking. I mean, I was actually thinking about this churning. So sometimes, we uh, uh, it becomes little. Some people don't understand how the churning works really, right? So Baba said about three things, right? Speaking, churning, and then Speaking the sense, just speaking the knowledge and then churning the knowledge and then observing in that experience. So, I think the way that one can do that is by asking some questions, right, to the self, right? How, when, and what. So this will finding the answers within will really help us to go deep into that point. So the more we take that deep into that point, the more that that particular sentence will take a deep root inside our intellect, I suppose. Okay, and then that is where Baba said it will digest within the intellect. So it once it is digested, then once we get all the answers, right, that itself will become a lot of journey. And after we do that churning, right, then we can also start experiencing as a result of that churning. Because the more we go with a point, the more that experience, because the more we churn, right, the more that um, point, that sentence will go deep within us, and more we will be visualizing that sentence within us. And the more visualization happens internally, then the more experience also takes place. Yeah, so I just thought of sharing that. Any thing you can add, Mumbai?
Yeah, that's what exactly you brought out. Nothing to add there. Absolutely, you said that's what is the way. Because if you see in Logic also, if you want to dwell deep into some topic, then we ask these pertinent questions: what, how, why, and when, and all various questions. And automatically, then the box opens, and then you get series of threads. I mean that the linkages where we get into, and then mind starts activating, and intellect also visualizes, and then we like it's like a seed seed to the tree stage, isn't it? The
Yeah,
moment we say why,
exactly. Yeah,
why Baba said this, then automatically then there will be one tree, so many branches within that why. And so why becomes a seed, and then you get the tree and various branches, and the tree becomes very big. Then Baba says, come again. After that, you just take the fruits, pluck the fruits, and come back to the again to the seed. So then once you have the fruits, so you gather all these fruits, and that will make intellect very powerful, mind very powerful, and soul automatically. When these three faculties become powerful, then soul automatically gets powerful. So I think that's a very interesting
yeah,
thing, which practical thing you shared.
yeah. And it finds it, I mean, it's easy when we are practicing silence.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
when we sit in silence, right, we start to think of the Murli, and then that's where so many points emerges. And I observed when we write those points, right, on a piece of paper, then then the experience is even better. Okay, not talking, but just
Mm.
writing the point, and then writing why, what, and how, and then trying to find out that answer, and then writing it on the paper, right? That works even better.
Yeah, yeah, very nice, very good. I have also experienced, but somehow I am not able to do every day. But yes, when you get time, and also what I've observed, Vijit Bhai, is for the benefit of everyone, that when we take the Murli physically, I mean with a paper Murli, it makes a different impact. And when we take with a pen, if you can note down, and during the Murli sessions in the center, take a diary and pen always. Whether you would have read the Murli, that immaterial, but then you note down certain points which touched you, which brought you into feelings, which brought you into some experiences. Just note down that point. And then when you read the physical Murli, uh, you will be able to relate that experience and recreate that experience in that particular point. And then you can dwell deep through the procedure which you brought out. Isn't it? The physical Murli, that paper Murli is always more impactful. That what my experiences.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Very true. So there, paper Murli advantages, you can also note down, underline, and you can
Ah,
also write on top of it something if you.
yeah. I was about
So,
to say, very good. You, if you know something, you can relate to the world, please do that. Right in some key points. How does it relate practically to my world? The world in which I am an incarnation. People consider me as incarnation. Now, how do I relate that in that world? How do I explain that in the worldly sense to the worldly people? So that that's a beautiful art actually. Then when you are playing a worldly role, then you can easily explain them in that language which he will understand, isn't it? He or she
yes,
will understand in your office or your business meetings, or it could be, or you're in the field of seva. When you are explaining, for example, today the youth, they need a lot of motivation. They are into wrong habits actually. Some part of the world, they are youth are going into the wrong path of using drugs, using social media, too much overthinking, depression, and alcohol abuse. All these things they are going into, also, which are leading them into some negative kind of karmas. So, how do you explain them? What is the power of churning? Where what is the positive thinking?
yeah,
How does soul do that, achieve that? They don't know how to think positive. How will we explain them how to think positive? I'm just asking. So,
correct.
yeah, isn't it?
Yes, yes, very true. I mean, everywhere we are seeing that, because as we know that the soul power is also diminishing, and day by day the world is becoming more and more tamo pradhan. So as a result, I think smartphone has a very vital role in that, people going towards that addiction, the social
Mm.
media and gaming, and to do this,
Content also. Mm.
even the alcohol or smoking or any bad habits, right? So this is all
Mm.
coming from movies, most of them.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. So and like you said, not everybody like this spirituality giving them as it is. It has to be molded in such a way that they also accept it. So if they have to accept means, then we have to tweak the way we explain to them. Right. So that
Correct,
requires
correct.
a lot of
Yeah,
tuning. Yeah.
yeah. That's how. When we Murli, read Murli not only of the purpose of experiencing the kind of high energy zone which Baba creates for us, but also read the Murli with the purpose of, you know, conveying this message in the language which the world understands. That purpose is also required because we are not isolated in this world. We are playing a role, many roles, in fact, and each role has got certain set of people who will be surrounding you, will be within your reach. That that is actually the seva, that where you are explaining one point in the very simple language which that set of people are able to understand and apply and use and to transform their life. So that, for example, if you see, yesterday's Murli was very deep Murli, isn't it? I mean, the Sakar Murli. Did you notice?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was it was like once in a kind of a 6 months kind of Murli, which was so deep. It was right. Means Baba was there as a supreme teacher with a stick. with a stick in his hand, and he was asking, he was very particular about the dharna, the practical dharnas. So, such murlis, if we can translate into simple language and explain to the youth, then it will make a impact which others, the worldly servers, are not able to do that impact. Only Brahmin souls can make an impact here. So, similarly, yesterday, this Avyakt Murli, day one and day two today, you see so many things. How to become bondage free. Baba
Yes.
gave such an easy example. How to become bondage free. The youth does not know how to become bondage. They think addiction is such a compulsive force that they can't come out of that. That's what their belief system. They say some force comes and they become addicted. They just have to use the drug only, or the alcohol only, or the foul language. That's another addiction. They use so much of foul language. So they cannot come out of it. So how to become that bondage free? Just surrender mind, mindness, है ना? Mind from the mind.
Yes.
So,
That is what the real freedom is, right?
and if we somehow can explain this to the youth who does not know R of Raj Yoga or B of Brahma Kumaris or S for soul, it doesn't know. How do we explain that? That is the beauty. That is an art. If we can explain him, and while explaining him, if we can experience the soul consciousness stage, then we have made the our effort. That's our duty. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
our duty.
So that
That's
is
what
what
Baba said.
that is what
है ना?
Baba said, incarnated soul, right? So
Ah,
to
and
transform the world.
incarnation comes with a duty actually.
Yes.
So
To make the
duty
day.
to make the day, yeah, to make the day, yeah, to convert the night. So and youth will always be giving blessing to you if you can influence one youth who's in a wrong track, and if you can with your power, you are the sun, you are your entire solar system. You have the power of entire solar system with you. If you can influence that one star, little star, the youth, to become superstar, he will always be giving blessing to you. And we don't want blessing, but then it will come from his heart that someone took time out to guide me. Someone took time out to speak to him, at least contact him, approach him, help him. So that way makes a difference. And that soul maybe become a example to so many other souls also. If he has come out of an addiction, that youth, so that soul will be an example to so many others. It will be a hope. Others can also come out from that. So it's a chain reaction. You prepare three souls, three neutrons, then they will start trigger a nuclear reaction, and then this will go on. So that's what we have to just see. We just look for three souls in our every group. Just say three souls if we can influence through that Murli, day's Murli, that's all, nothing. That day's Murli is perfect recipe for that day's Seva, isn't it? I have realized so many times that day's Murli is actually is absolutely the remedy for the people who are in despair, who are looking for hope.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And the answers are in that day's Murli only, nothing, no rocket science. Within that Murli only you have the answers, not only for self transformation but also for world transformation. So, and Baba also describes about the this Magan Avastha, that being absorbed in love. Any other points which you would like to share? Anyone? We'll take one or two points more, one or two more sharings. Anyone? Vinod bhai?
Om Shanti, brother Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Vinod bhai.
You
Yes,
know,
please.
it's a continuum, I feel. I mean, I compared myself to my childhood days as well. My school days, we used to do multiple things. you know. And coming back home, some things would start, and it has just become over a period of time what I am today. I mean, be it by the profession, if you say. But then in days, as I became something, the knowledge of Baba also seeped in. And I feel that was also a continue that was added to the life. It's just like an ingredient to a recipe. And somehow I'm able to absorb that. And it makes me feel that similarly, those who want to add this knowledge into their life would sooner or later get some solutions like I am doing. And it's a continuum to certain extent where I neglect one aspect of it. I find that there is no actually benefit from there, where I am adding that part as well. Adding something is actually pushing me towards a little higher of myself. And the destination is also known that you are becoming an elevated, a Sresht Atma, a Sresht person. And I'm able to see that as well. So, where there is a final destination and a hope, you would continue to move towards it. And like Baba says, take your mind out of it. It is drama, or that you have incarnated from somewhere else. You have to go back, you know, the home part of it. So all this actually creates a sense of detachment from the daily chores, and that creates a space for something else to come inside. You know, some thoughts to come inside, which if like Baba's Murlis, they are elevated and helpful. So that's when people take it into their life. I am experiencing this, brother. Thank you. Om
Very
Shanti.
true. Very true. You know, Swami Vivekanand once he said that if you give me, I think 10 or 50, maybe I think 100 souls, pure souls who feel themselves as incarnation, I can transform the world. And here we are. We are in thousands, I think lakhs of pure Brahmin souls. So what is lacking? Lacking is only this, the duty, and what we need to do. And we need to first, come to that stage of perfection that we can apply this Murli, every word, in not only self transformation, but also we endeavor to impact others' life as well. It's not that we are interfering with their life, but we are showing them, we are guiding them the right path. We are we're creating a spark in them. So that, yeah, and you beautifully brought out that we can feel that change, that elevated stage. We are thinking different. You know, tan, man, dhan se seva. Not everyone does. People are oriented about their own self. But here we are going beyond the self interest. We are going for the world interest. What does world need? That itself shows indication of the elevated stage which we have, which Baba has created for us. It's all because of Baba. You know, he came in our life, Baba came in our life became an incarnation. And when we incarnate, you see the entire coordinates of mind, intellect, and sanskar are the new. They are of the supreme abode, not of this world. If we are still using the mind, intellect, and sanskars of the old world, then I mean, it's not an incarnation. We are still in the two boats, mixed boat, and that's very dangerous. We are neither there nor here. Mixed boat person, what does happen? What does have finally the consequence? The person will fall in the uh, Vishay Vikar ka world, the ocean. So we have to see this. Which boat are we in? And Baba has given us a new boat, new way of mind, new mindset, new intellect set, and new sanskar set. So that's the takeaway from the Murli which we all shared. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll just do a 1 minute meditation. We'll then wind up and then also take a takeaway from the homework from the Murli. Let's all be seated in the stage. elevated stage. I am an incarnation. I incarnated from my supreme abode, my father's land, my supreme father's abode, which is my residence. I incarnated from there with a eternal mindset, intellect set, and the sanskar set. Eternal, the supreme, the topmost energy zone I incarnated from to this world of corpse, the corporeal world. I incarnated from the incorporeal world to the corporeal world. Now I can experience, while being in this corporeal world, the incorporeal mindset, intellect set, and the sanskar set, which my Supreme Father has made me the heir. It's my eternal property. It's my eternal inheritance. Nobody can steal from me. Five elements cannot destroy it. No darkness or ignorance can affect it. It's an eternal light. My These three faculties are eternal, always with me. And my duty in this world is to spread the awareness, spread the message, and help those who are in grief, those who are in sorrow, those who are in depression, the young blood who have lost their track, who got derailed, who are in despair, who are praying to God to help them. And we are God's right hand, God's children, to connect them, reconnect them with the God, with the supreme power, to invoke their inherent capabilities, inherent power, and love within them, and get them connected with the supreme power. We pure Brahmin souls have the power to not only destroy our obstacles in this world, but also able to destroy others' obstacles as well. It's time to use that power. It's time to do our duty and motivate, especially the youth who are the young blood, the budding roses, the birds, young birds who will one day become the change agents, the game changers, to create a heaven in this world. to transform hell into heaven. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Uh, Over to you, Bichit Bhai. Or Amiben, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Ombai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.